Hey there, welcome back. Now let us talk about pagination. So the simple definition about pagination is when we try to extract too many information, we divide them into multiple pages. For example, on Amazon, if I search anything, there are chances that if I search laptop, there are chances that we have thousands of results. So what Amazon do is they are going to divide them into multiple pages. So this is pagination. Maybe on first page we have 10 results, then on second page we have 10 results and keep on following. So if I click on this second page, you can see I got a new parameter which is page equals to 2. And this is pagination. That's the main core concept. But why do we need and how we can utilize it in multiple form? That's where we are going to focus more. So the main requirement of pagination is to divide tons of information into multiple page format. So if we have 1000 element, we can divide them into multiple pages. Maybe first page have 50 element, then second page have 50 element, then keep on following. This helps us to reduce the load on our API as well as on client side also. Suppose we have option to load 1000 elements together or we have chance to load 50 elements. We are going to utilize the second option, which is to load 50 elements. Even suppose if I search about laptop and Amazon load 1000 result, it's not going to make sense. There are chances I might go till page 3 or page 4. That is going to have the most common elements. So Amazon don't need to waste its resources to load 1000 elements when user is satisfied with 10, 20, 50 or 30. So this is the main reason why we have pagination. Also, our server don't need to load these 1000 information. We can just send 10 information at a time. Now let's get back to the topic again. This was just a brief idea how we are going to implement this and what are the settings. As usual, either we can utilize this global setting which is going to be applied on all view classes, and the second one is individual setting, that means setting for each individual view class. We are going to follow the second one, but let me test this out. So let me jump here, get into my settings.py, scroll down a bit, and here let me add pagination. So remember, I need to add this inside my REST framework and we already have many settings inside this. Okay, so I'm going to add it here after this dictionary ends, which is about default throttling. Add a comma here and I'm going to add this. Make sure to keep these settings safe, otherwise we are going to face an error now and then. So just make sure to take care about these comma as well as opening and closing curly braces. So that's done. Let me save this one and try to send a request here. I'm going to utilize my list 2 for now. Now here you can see I got a result. So currently we have 17 elements for list 2 and the next is null, the previous is null, and we are trying to load the complete result, all the 17 elements itself. Why? Because we have defined that we are going to utilize this pagination, but our page size is currently 100. That means I need to load 100 elements together. Let me change this page size to 5. That means one page is going to have 5, then next, and keep on following. Let me jump back here, send a request. Now here you can see I have this count, I have this next option as well as previous. So I am on page 1 and this is the next option, and previously we don't have anything, there is no page 0. Now if I just click here, this is going to be my page 2. And I have these 5 elements for page 2. I have this next and then previous. So previous is going to be my page 1 and the next is going to be my page 2. So we need to follow something similar. Let me close this tab. Let me get back here. Now the thing is, there are multiple type of pagination that we need to understand. There is page number pagination, then we have limit offset pagination, then we have cursor pagination. So currently we included this limit offset pagination in our settings.py, but we don't need to just add this setting globally for all the views. I just want my movies to be divided into multiple pages. There are chances that we might add 1000 movie in our IMDb clone, but we don't want to load everything in a single page. So let me get back here. and comment this one so you can access this later if you want. And I'm not going to utilize this default pagination class for global setting. And good time for us to introduce a new file called as pagination.py. So jump onto your API, create a new file and call it as pagination.py. Now we are going to store all our classes inside this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on our page number pagination, which is our first topic. See the idea how we are going to get responses. You can see this is how we are going to get responses. Currently we have watch list and then we are going to have these page number. Okay, so I'm not going to utilize this. This is global setting. I just need to understand this for a while now. Let me copy this one and import this in our pagination.py. So what I'm going to do is from my REST framework pagination, I'm going to import this class and then I'm going to create custom class. Why? Because I need to rewrite the page size. So currently they have a page size of 100, but I need to rewrite it. I need to redefine it, and I don't want to do that globally. I am defining it inside my pagination.py, and then I'm going to import this particular class, whatever class we create, inside our watchlist GB. And here we need to define a new setting called as pagination_class. Now here let me add this pagination_class, and here I need to define whatever the class I'm trying to import. So let me get back to my pagination.py. Let me create a class and I'm going to call this as watchlist pagination. And here I need to import this class. And inside this I can rewrite several functions. So there are attributes like our page size, then we have page query param, then we have page size query param, then max page size, and keep on following. I'm going to talk about almost all of them so you get a basic idea how we are going to follow things in future also. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about this page size. So all I have to do is use this because we are overwriting things. So whenever we are going to override things, we need to follow this configuration. And I'm going to follow the page size one first. Jump here and I'm going to define page size as maybe 10 for now. Save this one, use this watchlist pagination, get into my views, mention it here, and I need to import it. So scroll up a bit and here from my watchlist app.api.pagination, I need to import my class named watchlist pagination. Now my pagination will be applied to my watchlist class. Okay, where it is? Yep, this watchlist GB class. Okay, let me save this one, jump back here and send a request. I'm sending a get request. Now here you can see we got a response. Our count is 17. This time we are using page number pagination. Remember, page number pagination. And the thing is, with page number pagination, we are going to follow things with page number. If you visit on Amazon, you will see something similar. Page is equals to 2. Let me get back here on my Postman. Now let us understand things with respect to our current response. Let me change the size from, I guess, 10 to 3 or maybe 7. So we will have multiple pages and we can discuss more. Send a response again. Okay, so now currently we have 17 elements. So that means we are going to divide things into 3 pages. This is our first page and we are not going to have anything previous because it is going to be 0. And then next page is going to be this one, which is page is equals to 2. If I open this one, it is going to be opened on a new tab. Now we have next as well as previous. So this is current page is 2. So previous is going to be the default one, which is 1. And next is going to be this 3. Let me open this one on a new tab. Now we have this page number 3. We have all our elements. That means we have 17 elements. 7 on first page, 7 on second page, and then the remaining 3 on our third page. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Now next is null because we don't have any, and then we have this previous. So that's how pagination is going to work. We have divided everything into multiple pages. And remember one thing, when we call this first page, only the 7 elements are going to be loaded. When we call this page as parameter equals to this 2, page is equals to 2, we are going to load only the next 7 elements. And when we do this with page 3, we are going to load the next 7 elements only. This is going to reduce a lot of burden on our server. Now let me get back here. So this was the first setting, which is about page underscore size. But there are a lot of other settings that we can do. The simple one is rename this. This is page is equals to 2. We can rename this. So if I jump back here, I have a new configuration attribute, which is page underscore query underscore param. So I can utilize this and rename the term. So let me copy this one, get back here, and let me call this as p instead of page. Save this one. Now if I send this request, this old request, which is page is equals to 2, if I send this, you can see now we are targeting this p is equals to 2, and this is going to load the first page itself only. So this is not going to work now. Also this is not going to work. So let me close this one. Also this one also. Get back here, send a fresh request to this. Remember this was the previous result. If I send now this is how it is going to work. P is equals to 2. If I just open this second page, you can see p equals to 3 and then the first page is blank. Open the third page, you can see p equals to 2 is going to be our previous page. So that's how we can control the parameter term. I think page is better. Some people use records, some people use page. It's depending on you. I'm going to leave this here only so you can access later. Now we have few other configuration like page size query param, that is our parameter. So this is a customized parameter in which we take page size from our client. At this point of time, we are currently giving page 2, page 3, but the size is fixed. The size is 7, that is decided by us. But if we want to customize that, I can just pass this here and let me add it and give the value. I need to take a value in some parameter. So let me call this parameter as record, or let me call this as size for now. So now all they have to do is they have to just submit the size and it will load automatically. So if I jump here, refresh this. Yeah, let me delete these first. Yeah, and send a fresh request here. Now it's following the previous pagination well, but currently we are only loading 7 elements. But there are chances that client want to load 10 elements on each page. So what they can do is they can mention this particular property, which is size, and they can override the size. So here if they want size equals to 10, that is going to divide this complete response of 17 element according to page size 10. So if I send a request, you can see now we have this page 2. Let me load this one. Now you can see there is no next. So on first page we have 10 elements. On second page we can load 10 elements, but we only have 7. So that means we have customized the size according to our own requirement. Let me close this tab, and instead of this 10, let me load 20. Send a request, and now you can see next is null as well as previous is null. Why? Because we only have 17 elements. Our count is 17 and we have set a size of 20. So that means everything is loaded on page first itself. So this is a power that we can give a client, that what is the size of page you want to load. So this works well, and you will see these type of customization on different website. If I give you a quick example, here if I'm visiting coinmarketcap.com, which is one of the most popular cryptocurrency information website, and if you scroll down here on the top itself, or if you scroll down at the bottom, you will have option regarding these, and maybe you want to load 20 for on each page, maybe you want to load 50 on each page. If I select this 50, now here you can see they have divided according to 50 on each page. So this page 2 is going to have 50 elements. You can see now on page 1 we have 1 to 50, on page 2 we have 51 to 100. So that's how they can divide things according to their own requirement. I hope you got the idea. We use page size query param. But make sure to observe one thing. They have given a maximum value of 100. At currently we don't have this maximum value. Maybe we have 1000 element and someone tried from the front end itself, our client tried to access 1000 element itself. So if they send a request, everything will be loaded in our first response and we are not going to divide anything. So we can restrict this, number, and we can utilize this value, which is going to be our max page size. If I jump here I can add max page size and I can mention that okay, you can have maximum of 10 elements on each page. Now if I jump back here, let me pass this 1000 itself, send a request. Even though I have passed 1000, I'm still able to have a next option because only 10 responses are on the first page. That means 10 element. Click on this second page, load this one, and now we don't have any next because we only have 17 elements. Maximum first page can have 10 and then second page can have 10. So we have only 7 remaining. So that's all. That's the main motive of this. Don't confuse yourself with these two things. This is about the name of the string that we utilize for page number. This page that we were using for second, page 2, or if I say this page equals to 2. Don't confuse yourself with this. And this is for customization from client side. So maybe client want to customize and want to load more pages. We can give him some freedom. Instead of 7 he can load 10, but we don't want to give him everything. That means too much of freedom, so we are restricting this with max page size. Now one of the most common thing is people wants to visit the end page. So what currently we can do is to visit the end page. Let me try to change this to 3 so we can have multiple pages. And if I remove this size for now, send a request. Now here currently we are going to have multiple pages, maybe I guess 3, and let me try to visit page 5. You can see we have multiple pages. We have page 6 even. So it's hard to find for us to calculate the last page every time and visit it. What we have is we have this value which is known as last page string. By default, if we need to visit last page, all we have to do is use our parameter of page, and then instead of page number I can use last, and it is going to load the last page. So this is the page 6 and the previous one is 5 if you view here. So all I have to do is just pass the last, and I can update this. If I want to pass end, I can update this. So I can use this parameter which is last page string, pass it here, and then I can update it as end. Save this one, get back here. Now if I try to pass this last, it's invalid page number, but if I pass end now, you can see we got the last page. So that's how this is going to work. It's according to you what you are going to use. I normally don't use this part because I want my project to use page equals to instead of this p. So I'm going to comment this specific one, or it's there, but I don't want to use it. Also, I want last page to be called as last instead of end. So it depending on you. I usually comment both of them. I don't utilize them. That's it. I hope you got the idea how to use this important topic of page number pagination. Now there are more things that we can utilize with limit offset pagination. So in the next lecture, I will be discussing about it. I hope this lecture was helpful. Thank you for following, and I see you guys in the next one.